Alright guys, so today, well, welcome back. So today we're going to be installing a $14 Tach from eBay. So that's exciting. We're waiting on Ash to come back to start working on his car again. I'm not touching his spindles until he gets here because I just want to cut it off and he doesn't want to. So anyway, we're going to start installing this. I'll try to do more of an instructions. We have, I believe green is the actual Tach. Black is obviously ground. Hopefully you can see all this. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I think, man, that's a terrible. I don't know. I'm going to read the instructions, so we'll find out. Alright, so we read the instructions. White is to dash light circuit, which we might not hook up until later. And then red goes to the ignition source. So that should be relatively easy. So let's get started. So you may be wondering why I'm putting such a cheap Tach in such a, what I think is a nice car. Well, the whole car is a budget build, and the other reason is because one day I plan on building a whole custom dash, and I will be buying like new name brand gauges. So if anyone wants to sponsor that, just get in contact with me, Instagram or whatever, and I'd love to get some free gauges. So thanks. Alright guys, so initial impression, you get what you pay for, obviously, when you buy a $14 Tach. The nut that's supposed to connect this piece with the actual Tach doesn't fit the bolt that's provided, so I just went to my stash and I pulled out a new one, but it's really loose and tightened it up quite a lot. I don't want to break it, so let's go find a place for it in the car. And obviously we're not going to hard mount this until we make sure that it works, but for 14 bucks, it's worth a gamble. If it doesn't work, I'll just send it back or go through PayPal and get my money back. So, won't be out much. So there's really not a great spot for this. I'm thinking right here. So when you look at it, it'll be right there. It'll be slightly off-center because you can't clock this one. But it's supposed to have a shift light in it. And that's kind of the real reason I bought it. But it will be nice to see my RPMs. So yeah, let's get started wiring it up, see what happens. Alright guys, so I have found the Tach wire. It is labeled on the other side, and it's harder to pull out, so I'm just going to nip it here, and I'm going to pull it back through on the other side, and we should just hook that up. And we'll just do the 3-wire hookup for now. We'll do Tach, ground, and power, and then we'll go from there. And if it works, then we'll hard mount it and we'll figure out the rest. Alright guys, so I have the ignition wire taped up there, the ground taped up there. Obviously, this is not a permanent install. And then I have my Tach wire taped up there. I also have a whatever that is, another wire for if I want to run it with lights on. So I am going to start the car and we'll see if the Tach works. Hopefully the car still turns on. That'll be a plus. So let's check our connections. Nothing happened there. I wonder if they all... No, they don't all need to be connected. That'd be silly. I'm gonna check the instructions one more time. My connection's bad, but from the looks of this, we are getting 12 volts on ignition on. So I'm gonna make sure the ground is good. I'm gonna make sure the Tach signal is... I don't know if I can check the Tach signal, but I can check to make sure that everything else is good, and then we'll go from there. As you can see, ground is good. I hope you can see that. Ground is good. So we're going to start troubleshooting the Tach signal and see if that's it. No success! Look at that. not a bad. Oh, and the shift light's on again. So let's try 3,000. Woo! That's all right. That's set for 3,000. Let's try 3,000 again. All right, it's a little slower than the car itself, but that's okay. So that's pretty cool. Now we'll actually wire it into the car. So I really didn't think that would work, but now that it is, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and wire it up properly and install it, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm sure it will break, and yeah, hopefully not too soon it breaks, but I'm sure it will at some point. So I'll go ahead and get started. So if it was going to stay in the car, I would definitely not use these. I would just solder it in. But because it is going to be temporary, I'm just going to use these little guys. And let's get started. So when I did my LS swap, I ended up keeping all of the wires that I trimmed out of the harness initially before I went to Fitech. And I still have them all. So anytime I need extra wire, it's a pretty good source. So I'm going to attach it to it, and then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Guys, so everything has been wired. Obviously it's just hanging. I'm going to make sure everything works before I tuck it all away. It's nothing like putting everything away and then realizing it doesn't work. So here goes. Well, it's not super quick, and God, my ears hurt, but it does work. So we're gonna start. Ash showed up. We're gonna start on his car now. On his fancy ass equipment that he bought. So yeah, he's trying to troubleshoot the situation with the rotors right now. Not rotors, sorry. The whatever they are. Carbon monoxide is really strong in here right now, so I'm gonna get out. But anyway, we're gonna start on his spindles. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for.